Yo, what's the word? It's your boy Snow. We back at it again. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And make sure you drop the like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you smash them buttons because we get into another reaction today. So, y'all make sure y'all locked in. We got Spidey versus Deku. It's lit. I ain't gonna count. I got Spidey. But Deku cold. It should be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how Spidey gonna match up against all Deku powers and all that. I ain't even think, like, just know my take had no pre-thought. I got Spidey. I don't care. Let's get into the video, man. Before y'all get to try and say that I'm crazy for my pick. Like I said, no. Oh, leave. Oh, I forgot he got that sixth sense.
Izuku Midoriya.
This is gonna be a raw matchup.
Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Alright, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man. A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy. But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job, the city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him. The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out. This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface. And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff. But no spider person is complete without their web shooters.
Let's see. We got the vibranium suit with the Wakandan web shooters, all his spider abilities, plus all venom powers because he Miles. Yeah, I mean, like, come on. How is Deku stopping this?
Web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs. Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start. Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls? And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff. Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man. Living parents. Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned the best way to be Spider-Man.
Not only did my boy have living, loving parents, he had living, loving, colored parents. Hold on. Hear me out. Shout out white parents. Y'all great people too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all raise great kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are, you know what I'm saying? Very influential to the society. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out y'all. Love y'all. But that boy Miles cultured, man. That boy got a Hispanic mama and a black daddy. Come on, man. Y'all do y'all homework, man. That boy Miles really one of them. He really for the people.
Wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way. And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's.
I think I'll do it my way.
Of unique powers, like invisibility and venom. Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important. Miles can harness his own
had to make the venom cool again, feel me?
Which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Yeah, that boy got all that electricity.
Mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
I don't cap. Miles is the ultimate Spider-Man.
Certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly. Up to hundreds of miles.
So the flying part ain't even fake.
Well, whatever
That boy
kind of
Miles
fight
a
it was,
real
it gave
Spider-Man.
Miles the edge he needed to
Feel
find
me?
his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles,
Easy.
and lightning bolts.
Easy.
He survived
Easy.
all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh,
Easy.
Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to
Hey, they
vaporize
keep
Harlem.
flashing to this
Blast off
Spider-Man
50
3.
million tons of TNT.
I mean, that's Spider-Man 2.
He's
My
gotten
fault.
kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
Yeah, you know them black folks gonna stick together. Hey, one thing about Marvel black folks,
Energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate.
they
Miles'
gonna stick
venom
together.
powers, too, allowing
They
him
gonna
to
get
better
some
control his
Wakandan power up from the
Vibranium is
game.
thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough
Right.
kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near
Right.
it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his
Yeah,
vibranium
motherfucker.
wings
Boom,
to
boom,
stop
boom,
a
boom,
bomb
boom,
that was
boom.
gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power up, and he knows it too. He's a medical weave, and,
Yes, sir. My dog is a real. Come on, man. Miles is a real one.
Managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter.
Yeah,
as a
homework,
pair
man.
of
Miles a real
Spider Bros.
Spidey.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend
Facts.
the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of
Okay.
person could wear the
Miles
mask
Stan Lee,
and do the
favorite
right thing.
superhero. Come on,
As long
man.
as we stay true to ourselves and help
Untouchable.
others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero. But what is a hero? To the
All right,
citizens
let's
of
get
Japan,
into it, man.
there
Let's
is
go
no
plus
more
ultra or
synonymous with the
whatever, you
word.
feel me?
They're symbol of peace. All
Let's see what they talking about. Let's see what they talking about. You feel me? Because I'm going Spidey. I told y'all, I didn't even put no pre-thought in it. I'm yapping.
After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured.
Facts.
His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this
Might as well
world,
pass it on
most
to the
human beings
crybaby
evolved to
with
have
no
their own
quirk.
individual superpowers, or quirks. But
I'm
not
gonna
everyone
raise
is lucky
bait
enough to get
all
one,
of my hero
like
fans
kid named
this video.
Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All
What
Might,
is this
but
line?
even
What
his
is this
idols
stature
told him
doing
that he
versus
would have to
Spider-Man?
give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific U.S. locales.
Delaware,
And
Detroit.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it.
I don't lie. One for All probably is definitely way stronger than the Spider-Man enhanced powers
Izuku
though.
would need to
Off of
continuously
strength, for
train
sure.
to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people,
Yeah, he took it a little too
had a
far.
bad habit of putting others way before himself.
A little bit.
Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread.
Actually,
the energy
that's
across
probably
his body at low
depending on how much
percentages,
percent he
using it
can
for
use. I think what he
inspired
can
by
use like
Bakugo's
15% right now.
explosive
I don't
And
know.
with
I might
that
be
new
tweaking.
thinking
I ain't
came
watched my
new
hero in a
fighting
minute.
style. Shoot
Y'all let me know if
style.
I'm tweaking.
Use
How
a
much
stronger
percent can
lip and
Deku
be
use
less
right now?
likely to break.
Max.
Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto
I'm saying
All
he
Might
got all
by
the
his
past
master,
quirks, bro.
and
One
onto
For
her
All
by
is
her master.
OP.
One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes.
Right.
They can also brace it.
Alright, cause we got Black Whip. That's basically his.
His arms and manual.
Alright, this is the crazy part because honestly, when we really matching them up, like they powers seeming similar. Like, okay, boom, Black Whip, that's his webs. You know what I'm saying? Gear shift, that's the enhanced speed and strength. Fire Gene, that is, I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as the kinetic build up and the explosion with the vibranium danger sense. That's spider sense, float. That's the I mean they just showed the balloon effect spider thing that Miles can do that Peter can't, like smoke screen. What smoke screen? Oh, that's when he let go of all of that love. Man, Miles got the equivalent of it, man. I'm trying to tell you. Costume Zeta, Air Force gloves, Iron Souls, and mid gauntlets. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. But we already knew that strength was I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. We already knew that Deku was stronger when it came to raw strength. Like that's pretty much the one advantage that he do got. So all of that extra stuff that enhances his strength, that's really not changing the fact that, you feel me, he's not holding himself in the fight with Spidey. Spidey too smooth for
Will he
him.
control his muscles if he can't move?
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Hey, that ain't good. That ain't
Lets
strong
him,
as Spider Sense at all.
Create a smoke screen. But he can
Spider
use that
Sense let him
blast to
know
create
he right here,
a bigger
this close to
smoke
me.
screen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full
I never
level of
realized
power
how
without any
similar
recoil.
Spider-Man
Once used
and
it to
Deku was
outspeed
as
a bullet
heroes.
shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700
I
times
remember,
faster than
shorty.
sound.
Okay.
And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku, so he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku
Feel me?
fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength. just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Y'all spoiling game?
He peaked in high school.
What's the word? Really, Death Battle? Y'all know. You know what? I ain't even finna crash.
He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need.
Y'all know ain't nobody read that manga, bro. They just finished the manga, bro, and they was finna animate the rest of the episode.
Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking.
Alright, bro. Remember that.
You got skills, man. I like that. Oh, mierda.
That was too smooth, you feel me? Told you that was a Hispanic black man.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out! Because I always do my best!
Excuse me. Too smooth. Let's go, Miles. Lock in, Miles. He finna gear up. Lock in, Miles. Yeah. I gotta do it my way.
I gotta do my own thing. I gotta do my own. Do my best.
Get right, Miles.
I gotta do my own thing.
Yeah, do your own thing. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Let's get it.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Stop.
Game of Thrones King's Road is now available for both PC and mobile with Google Play Games.
Stop playing talk your shit, Miles.
So, it's got a limit.
It don't matter if you flashed up. Oh, Lord. Get off me. Let's go, Miles.
Go beyond! Ultra!
I ain't gonna lie. That boy just cooked my dog up, boy. We wanted them, all them plus ultra punches. Watch this. Watch this. Now watch this. All y'all Deku fans that thought he was finna be able to mess with my boy, this for you. Ah! Come on, man. Stop playing with Miles. That's the ultimate Spider-Man. You heard him?
Spider-Man. You really are the ultimate.
Let's go. I told y'all, no question, man. Spidey.
Superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked
Spider
around
Sense
before.
definitely
This
stronger
meant
than
Miles'
Danger Sense.
invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa-Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku
Yeah,
could speed
that's what I'm
himself
saying.
up to
Deku
match
can
Miles
gear
the
shift.
same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies
He's not
on the
Spidey
fly.
level.
But Miles' powers and fighting style
Come
gave
on, my
Deku few
guy.
immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in
He's
hero
not
work for a little
Spidey
under a
with
year.
it though.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending
I
guns
would
for
put a play
significantly
Spider-Man
longer.
probably
It's
this
close,
weekend
but
about
with
this.
his greater experience, skill goes to Miles. And that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest.
No
Miles absorbing the energy of that
contest.
bomb
Come
was
on.
nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT.
Spidey's just too
smashing
equipped.
the bomb Miles absorbed
He
out
fight
of the
people
water.
stronger than
But
him
it
all the
wasn't as
time.
simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all.
That
So the
vibranium
question
gonna
wasn't
multiply that
necessarily who was
punch.
stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the
And
Falcon
it
protected
is-
New York from that city-destroying
it
blast,
is-
it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's
Lord.
limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the
Oh,
full
Lord.
package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
It's time on Death Battle.
In a balanced, realistic situation, Deku is not messing with Spider-Man, bro. I don't care, bro. All that buffing because it's an anime and they got all this crazy animation stuff. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. We really gonna have to match this up for real. All my Spidey fans, y'all definitely come through. Let these folks know they tripping. Deku cannot hold Spidey. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all leave y'all takes in the comments. Let me know what you was thinking about this one, Deku or Spider-Man. The fight was cool, the animation was cool, the breakdown was everything, man. That was another raw video from Death Battle. Shout out them and shout out y'all, especially if you made it this far in the video. Make sure y'all leave that like, subscribe, and follow, all that good stuff, and make sure you tuning in to the next one. I appreciate y'all. Safety, love, peace, love.